Good evening and welcome to East Brunswick's J. Doyle Field. My name is Gordy Deal. We've got a marquee matchup in high school soccer tonight. The East Brunswick Bears set to take on the St. Joseph's Falcons here in East Brunswick. The home field advantage, well, it's yet to see. St. Joseph's comes in with a 4-0 record. They've won all 4 of their outings. East Brunswick, meanwhile, winless in its last 2, 1-1-1 overall. A good tie for East Brunswick coming back. They showed some character in their last outing against Sayreville. Fell behind 2-0 at halftime. Came back with 2 second-half goals to earn the tie. Against East Brunswick outshot Sayreville 32-17. But East Brunswick showed some good character in coming back to win the tie. St. Joe's really hasn't been tested so far, and tonight should be a good matchup just for that. These teams always beat up on each other. It's always a good rivalry. In fact, last year, East Brunswick won. St. Joe's won a game. They beat each other, they tied each other, and they lost to each other. So it's really a great rivalry, and we should have a terrific game coming up. We'll get to the starting lineups and the start of the game in just a minute. We are just minutes away from opening kickoff here at East Brunswick's J. Doyle Field. High school soccer on Channel 8. It'll be the homestanding East Brunswick Bears at 1-1-1 taking on the visiting St. Joseph's Falcons at 4-0 in a matchup of GMC Red Division rivals. Good evening, I'm Gordy Deal alongside East Brunswick Athletic Director Frank Knoppenberger. Always a good matchup, Frank. You've got a couple of quality teams, 2 of the best in the GMC, and this should be a real good one tonight.
Well, I think records indicate that in the past, the winner of either of these two teams has been the Red Division and the GMC champion over, maybe the last 7 or 8 years. And although this game is crucial, it's not the end in itself, because again, you play them one more time, and then you always have the GMCs. So it's an important game for East Brunswick, in my opinion, to get some momentum going. And I guess for St. Joe's, what they want to do is they want to continue to say that we are going to dominate this county, which they've done up to this point.
This is a good measuring stick for both teams, I believe. St. Joe's really has not been tested yet. They've raced down to a 4-0 start. East Brunswick is winless in its last 2, as we mentioned in the pregame show, at 1-1-1. The 1-0 loss to Scotch Plains and the 2-2 tie with Sayreville just a few days ago. So they showed a good test of character, as we mentioned before, in scoring 2 goals in the second half to earn that tie. But probably a game they should have won. They outshot Sayreville by a 32-17 count, and probably a disappointing tie if you can have one. But all that is thrown out tonight, and this is the kind of rival where you really throw out the stats, and these two teams will go at it full force. No need to bring a game plan to this. You can talk to the kids all you want at practice the day before, but the adrenaline will be flowing all throughout this game, and it probably will be staying with most of these kids until they each get a touch of the ball in the early going. So it should be a matchup that will be really racy. Look for this to be a really, really fast-paced game early on. The kids will be just full of adrenaline, and the ball will be flying everywhere.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Just moments away from East Brunswick and St. Joseph's getting set to kick it off in a key GMC Red Division battle. And Frank, I think one thing a lot of people think of when they talk about this great rivalry between East Brunswick and St. Joseph's is sportsmanship, and I know you've been involved in a lot of that. Tell me a little bit about what your experience has been when these two teams get together.
Well, it's always highly contested. It's very emotional, and John Sherman, the athletic director of St. Joe's, and myself have talked about this game, about what could happen if we played at night, and we both spoke to our coaches, indicating to them that the purpose of this game is to showcase the talent at night, and there should be no nonsense. And, you know, when you think about it, these kids have been playing against each other probably in club leagues since they've been 9 or 10. They know one another. So hopefully what they'll learn from this is they can go out, play as hard as they can, knock each other down if it has to be, get up at the end of the game and shake hands, and then the game's over. And really, you know, that's what it is. It's just a game. I realize some of them think it's more important, but right now, you know, we've got to emphasize to them as educators that it's just a game.
As the two teams take the field here at J. Doyle Field, we'll set the starting lineups for you. For St. Joseph's in goal, it'll be junior John Rodriguez. At sweeper will be Jim Labar, the senior. At back will be Rob Uphouse, the senior. Also a senior is Mike DeMeo. He will play back. Tom Kuhill, the junior. St. Joseph's will also go with Joe Tumalo, Will Labar, the only sophomore on the team, Eric Holcomb, P.J. Farrell, Lenny Gonzalez, and Tim Shields. We'll set East Brunswick in just a moment. And they'll have to redo the kickoff. St. Joe's has the opening kick. They'll look to build from the back. Good forward pressure by East Brunswick so far. And it'll be an East Brunswick throw-in. Look for this game to be really, really fast-paced. The ball probably out of control a lot of the time in the early going until these teams settle down. A lot of adrenaline in this game so far. This is Joe Tumalo for St. Joseph's across the midfield line. Up ahead for Tim Shields.
Boy, he's a jet, huh, number 4?
St. Joseph's in the away green uniforms, the green tops and the black shorts. East Brunswick the home white jerseys, white shorts, and white socks. Cleared away by St. Joseph's. It'll be an East Brunswick throw-in on the far side. East Brunswick building, looking to win the midfield battle. Cleared away by St. Joseph's again. We'll have another throw-in. Cleared out by Tom Kuhill for St. Joseph's. Now East Brunswick controls. And the ball is taken on some good forechecking by the St. Joseph's forwards. Eric Hucomb able to knock it away, but cleared away by the goalkeeper. East Brunswick looks to build. They send the long ball. And headed away by Jim Labar. Ball is not out. That's a dangerous ball, and St. Joe is able to clear. St. Joseph's counters the other way. They've got some room, and a good job of defending. We'll have a foul there.
One of the things, Gordy, that Coach Hastings has emphasized this week or these past few days in practice is finishing up. He doesn't feel that we're completing the shot, taking the shot, or as I just said, finishing up. So we look to see more of that today.
I think you saw it just down there a moment ago. That dream rolling ball that soccer players like to talk about, the hit on the roll, and East Brunswick had a chance there and missed it.
Do you think substitution will play a factor tonight, or will the coolness of the night not have any role in it?
I think St. Joseph's only goes with about 2 extra players. I don't think it'll be a big factor. If your starting 11 can't get it done, you're going to have a problem here, because you need to be emotionally and physically ready to go. Now here's St. Joseph's on the break, looking to penetrate, and a good job of clearing by the East Brunswick defense. It'll be a corner kick for St. Joseph's, their first of the game. East Brunswick packs it in. Every player in the box except one. Dangerous cross, a little bit too far. Headed out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick coming the other way for East Brunswick.
Let me add that the 2 referees for tonight, 2 of the better ones in Central Jersey, Kenny Logan and Ted Wybranick.
Ball lofted into midfield. Header 1 on the play by Mike DeMeo for St. Joseph's. Game is a little bit wild early on, as we thought, before these teams settle down. And a foul on the play on East Brunswick. It'll be St. Joseph's ball. Direct kick. About 60 yards away from the goal. East Brunswick drops back into its defense. It'll be a St. Joseph's throw-in down near the 18-yard line. Normally in this position, you give the ball to your long thrower. For St. Joseph's, it's Mike DeMeo. Excellent throw right into the center of the goal and cleared away by East Brunswick. Good job defensively of getting to the ball first. Now East Brunswick with numbers and a chance to counter. Good recovery by Joe Tumalo, St. Joseph's midfielder, and cleared out of bounds. That slows up East Brunswick momentarily. Will Labar plays it forward for St. Joseph's. Now in the East Brunswick third. And they'll play it back to goalkeeper Brandon Hockman. East Brunswick traditionally builds out of the back, but will then look to serve the ball into the box in the offensive third. Much like an English-style team, St. Joseph's pretty much similar, likes to build out of the back.
Gordy, your expert opinion for East Brunswick to win this game, what do they have to do, and the same for St. Joseph's?
I think the key for East Brunswick will be, as we said before, you mentioned it, and head coach Dan Haston mentioned it to me before, they're going to have to finish. They haven't finished well. That was evidenced in their 32-17 outshooting of Sayreville, but came up with that tie. It'll be important for them to finish. East Brunswick will also have to play good defense. You'll see them change lineups a couple of times, or formations, I should say, from a 3-5-2 out of the back to a 4-3-3. I think St. Joe's will stay with its 4-3-3, 4-4-2, but defense is going to be the key in this game. You're not really ever going to see a high-scoring affair between East Brunswick and St. Joseph's. It'll come down to defensive concentration. If there are any defensive lapses, you can look for a team to capitalize on that. So I think defense will be the key for both teams, as it always is when you're in such a rival. Here's a ball played into the box. Made a run on it. Did P.J. Farrell for St. Joseph's, but Brandon Hockman with the save. East Brunswick looks to build. Joe Tumalo and Eric Gagno, check that, Jeff Gagno, get tangled up. Gagno whistled for the foul. St. Joe's plays it long into the box on the far side. Cleared away by East Brunswick, good defense. This is Gagno along the left wing for East Brunswick. Gets into the middle. It's a 2-on-2. Good defensive play by St. Joseph's. And Mike DeMeo makes the slide tackle on the clear.
Well, he took down Tommy Tagagumis, huh?
It was a clean play as long as he gets the ball first. And a good clear by St. Joseph's. You need to control. East Brunswick plays the ball into the corner. This is Gagno.
Gagno's the one that scored the goal in the last GMC finals. It was a 1-1 tie,
That's
I believe.
right, the 1-1 tie last year. Gagno had the lone goal for East Brunswick.
Correct.
Long throw into the box now for East Brunswick, and a good clear by Joe Tumalo of St. Joseph's. No score, 32 minutes left to play in the first half. East Brunswick and St. Joseph's in a key Red Division matchup.
Seems to be a nice crowd on hand. Soccer game on a Monday night. What do you think, Gordy? Is soccer coming to Middlesex County? We ever going to get that crowd?
I tell you what, I sure would like to see it, Frank. It's tough to say at this point. You know, it's really been in East Brunswick for some time. The recreation program is just loaded with kids, and it feeds right into the high school. But certainly the World Cup coming here, and will certainly be a big play. Hopefully to get a game up at Giant Stadium. They're talking about some wild plans for Giant Stadium. They're thinking of building an entire different floor on Giant Stadium so they can avoid a turf.
Here we go.
East Brunswick with a breakaway chance, and it looked like he was taken down. And they will call that. They will not call that inside the box. Tommy Gagumbas was dragged down on the play. It was really the only play that St. Joseph's defender had. He grabbed him by the ankle after he missed the slide tackle and took him down outside the box. That's certainly not something that is encouraged.
But isn't it accepted?
It is accepted, although I know that the NJSIA is trying to crack down. And here's Gagnon with the direct kick, and he scores! Jeff Gagnon has given East Brunswick a 1-0 lead with just over 30 minutes to play here in the first half. And a terrific indirect free kick worked by East Brunswick. And St. Joseph's was caught napping. They had nobody rushing to block the kick by Gagnon, and he tucked it away neatly into the back of the net. And for John Rodriguez, he was caught off guard in the St. Joseph's goal. He was completely fooled and beaten to his left. Excellent placement by Jeff Gagnon. He kept it low and to the corner. Anything in the air, you can expect Rodriguez to save. So East Brunswick leads it 1-0 over St. Joseph's. And they talk about this being the most dangerous time of the game for any soccer team, the time right after you've been scored upon. And they say you're most vulnerable right after you have scored. So we'll keep an eye on the next 2 or 3 minutes here at East Brunswick's J. Doyle Field. Ball booted across midfield by goalkeeper Brandon Hockman for East Brunswick. The Bears look to build. A man open on the right side and cleared away by St. Joseph's. And we got a new color man in the booth. East Brunswick girls coach Lou Koza. Thanks for coming and joining us.
Thank you, Gordy.
How'd you guys make out today?
We won 2-0. Walking in, I missed that goal.
Yeah, you brought them good luck.
I got to bring somebody luck.
Don't you find that this is the most critical time of the game, though, right after you have scored a goal and right after you've been scored upon, the next 2 or 3 minutes? Is that what you feel from a coaching standpoint is the most dangerous time?
Well, it's most dangerous because you have a little bit of a letdown after you score, and if the team is really coming back, there could be problems for the team.
East Brunswick looks to throw it in. This will be Vic Tatara. He'll get the throw into the box. Good throw in to keep it at the feet. Good ball work by Tatara into the box, and he nutmegs the St. Joseph's defender, beats 2 guys, and then loses control. He's got to look for the cross in that situation. I think this is a little bit of telltale of what East Brunswick has been doing lately, the inability to finish. There you have Tatara beating 2 St. Joseph's defenders and looking for more where he really could have gotten off the shot or gotten off the cross at one point.
In talking with Coach Haston, he mentioned that. He said that they were trying to make that one extra pass, the one extra dribble, and just got too many bodies in the way.
St. Joseph's looks to build. They got a dangerous attack here and a through ball picked off. Good job of defense by East Brunswick so far. It's going to be the key to their win tonight. They've got to stay focused defensively. This game is not short on intensity, that's for sure. 28.
I think it's going to build up as it goes on, too, especially if it stays tight.
They haven't even really begun to settle down yet. 28 minutes exactly left to play in the first half. East Brunswick, a 1-0 lead over St. Joseph's on the indirect free kick goal by Jeff Gagnon. Excellent set piece by the Bears to take the lead. And Gagnon did a magnificent job in putting the ball past St. Joseph's goalkeeper, John Rodriguez. Building for St. Joe's, Eric Holcomb in the midfield and taken away by East Brunswick. And they're going to whistle a handball on Tom Kuhill, the junior back for St. Joseph's. East Brunswick with a direct free kick. East Brunswick has really had the upper hand defensively so far. They've kept the numbers in the backfield. Going with a 3-5-2, it looks like, with only 3 defenders. That's pretty liberal soccer these days. It seems like the trend now is it's so easy to defend with the rules that they have. With the offsides rule, it seems much easier to defend than to do anything else. Is that your feeling?
This year, definitely. We're seeing, on our level with the girls, more and more people packing the middle of the field and trying to build from there. defensively, they just try to, get people back.
East Brunswick shot by Victor Tara. St. Joseph's goalkeeper John Rodriguez boots the ball out to midfield. One in the air by East Brunswick. I think safe to say so far that East Brunswick has had the upper hand in the air tonight. They've won the head balls in the defensive third, and that certainly will be the key to their victory. St. Joseph's looking to mount the attack. Some good one-on-one battles going it down to the field. It's getting tense, and the referees have kept a tight lid on this one so far. I got to say, excellent job on the officiating. This game can so easily get out of hand when you've got two bitter rivals like these two teams. Change of fields for East Brunswick. Rich to Guzman. Gets the ball back on the give and go. Now they play it up the wing. Dave Eunice working himself. And a long flooded ball to Gagno, who is open. He was onside. He's working one-on-one and beaten on the play. St. Joseph's clears. Referee not giving the advantage on that play. St. Joseph's will have the free kick. East Brunswick collapses in the defensive third. St. Joseph's slow getting forward, and if they continue to be slow, they'll be outnumbered every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders to St. Joseph's 2 forwards. Now Hockman comes way out of goal to make the play himself, and he'll clear everybody out. Fires the ball up to right wing. Played ahead for Gagno, but out of bounds. St. Joseph's throw in. 25 minutes left to play, first half. East Brunswick a 1-0 lead on St. Joseph's. The unbeaten Falcons at 4-0. East Brunswick is winless in its last 2 with a loss and a tie. 1-1-1 on the season. St. Joseph's flights the ball into the box. Hockman comes out. Excellent save by Brandon Hockman as he clears the ball away. Interesting, when Hockman comes out, he is not the tallest guy. He only goes 5'6". But when he comes out, don't look for him to catch the ball, because when he's tangling with the other players who are taller and use their heads. Now here's a breakaway for St. Joseph's. But Hockman is able to clear. The ball is still loose and is kicked out, and we'll have a goal kick.
There's a little danger in that one, Gordy. It looked like it could have went either way there.
Little miscommunication in the East Brunswick defensive third, but Hockman able to make the good play. Another thing that's not encouraged, but Hockman came out and he took out the ball and the man. He didn't have much choice to do elsewhere, and it's not likely from an officiating standpoint that he'll get whistled for that call. East Brunswick looks to build. They've looked sharp so far. Good ball up the wing. It's going to be too much. Dave Eunice couldn't catch up to it. St. Joseph's will throw it in. Mike DeMeo with the throw in. St. Joseph's controls. Again, they're outnumbered in the defensive third. 3 men alone guarding Eric Holcomb, the senior for St. Joseph's, and he had nowhere to go with it. And his kick over the end line, it'll be an East Brunswick goal kick.
I think St. Joe's going to have to do a little overlapping here.
Yeah, they've been very conservative on defense so far, and after you've been scored on 1-0, I think you fall further into that shell. So they are looking to crowd the midfield at this point, and they're outnumbered defensively by at least 3-2, 4-2 every trip down they make. St. Joseph's clears again, and they're not building much from the back either. They're just booting the ball. They're, in that instance, getting in each other's way. Swing and a miss on the sideline. St. Joseph's will get a direct free kick out of this one. Unintentional by Rich de Guzman. Looking to clear the ball hard and wound up taking him out. Sometimes you can disguise it, sometimes you can't. St. Joseph's again will flight the ball into the box. And they will not be met with much success if they continue to do it with the down numbers that they have. East Brunswick a good job of clearing. They're dominating the midfield because they're playing with 5 midfielders. Now St. Joseph's controls. And almost on offsides. Hockman again comes out.
I think with that new offsides rule to even up, I think we're going to see a lot more scoring.
Foul on the play. Eric Holcomb making the run for St. Joseph's in the middle of the field was taken down. And St. Joseph's will have a direct free kick. Jim LeBar played the ball ahead for St. Joseph's. Tim Shields wandering the box, unmarked at this point. Now he's picked up. There's the floated ball. Hockman comes out again and again punches it away. And he again see his slight disadvantage from only being 5'6". There's a good shot by St. Joseph's, and it goes wide. Good coverage by Brandon Hockman, the East Brunswick goalkeeper, on the play. Shot taken by Mike DeMaio of St. Joseph's. Gagno plays the ball forward. It's this time East Brunswick outnumbered. And now a ball played ahead for East Brunswick.
A little offsides that time.
Tommy Gagumas whistled for the offsides. It was close. Good ball by Jeff Gagno on the through ball. St. Joseph's controls. It's Eric Holcomb again, working against 5 East Brunswick defenders, and a shot. Did Brandon Hockman tip it? No, he didn't. It'll be a goal kick for East Brunswick. He almost got caught too far out that time, and Holcomb noticed it and took the shot, but it went wide. Cleared away again by the East Brunswick defense. P.J. Farrell had a shot at it but couldn't get there. St. Joseph's will throw it in. Bob Uphouse, the long throw into the box. Will Hockman come out? Yes, he will. And he punches it away again. It's the same theme over and over, and now they take the long shot. Excellent play by St. Joseph's. Hockman goes down, but able to make the save on P.J. Farrell. And East Brunswick played the ball right that time. They saw that, or check it, St. Joe's played the ball right. Saw that Brandon Hockman was still out after making the save. Took the shot, but didn't come up with anything. Ball played down into East Brunswick's corner. Will LeBar couldn't catch up with it. The only sophomore in the lineup for St. Joseph's, number 8, Will LeBar. He is a brother of St. Joseph's sweeper Jim LeBar, who's a senior. Hockman again clears. Mayer for East Brunswick. And the Bears will throw it in. The Bears send people forward. The long throw into the box. Rodriguez comes out and punches it away.
Take a look at where Hockman is right now, Gordy.
Yeah. As, that would probably drive some fullbacks crazy.
Probably drive some coaches crazy, too.
But he's got an excellent read on where he is on the field. And just a trio of East Brunswick players offsides on that play. Jeff Gagno, Vic Tatara, Tommy Gagumas, all whistled for the offsides for East Brunswick. St. Joseph's will have the kick.
Tell you what, with East Brunswick's front 3 up there, there's some big boys. I guess Vic's the smallest one at him, but those other 2 guys go over 6 foot.
That's tough, especially on corner kicks. Got that extra height in there. East Brunswick wins the 50-50 ball.
There he is, Gagno wide open. He could have got it through to him. He was walking himself.
Frank Pepe couldn't squeeze it through, but East Brunswick again wins the 50-50 ball. And Jim LeBar has to clear it out for St. Joseph's. East Brunswick throwing it in. They've dominated early on. They lead it 1-0 with 17.5 minutes left to play, first half. Joe Tumalo clears ahead for St. Joseph's, but again, East Brunswick outnumbering St. Joseph's in the defensive third and clears the ball away. Rob Uphouse to throw it in for St. Joe's. Good defensive play by Greg Thorney. It's a good job defensively for St. Joseph's by Mike DeMaio. Got to the ball first, but wasn't able to keep it there. And he recovers on defense. Gagno outnumbered 2-1. And he'll take the throw in. Good hustle by Jeff Gagno for East Brunswick. Tara serves the ball in the box and hits it out. Excellent ball work by Vic Tara along the side. Started juggling the ball, something you don't often practice doing in a game. But he got himself the nice bounce he wanted, got it up in the air right at about volley height, and served it into the box. Dangerous play by Vic Tara. St. Joseph's with the goal kick. Joe Tumolo for St. Joseph's can't control. Here comes Gagno on the 2-on-4 now, and he loses the ball. St. Joseph's plays forward. Farrell can't catch up to it. Cleared away again by East Brunswick. This is Tumolo for St. Joe's, who clears it wide. The game doesn't appear to be as fast-paced as it was early on.
I think the emotions have settled down a little bit. Now they're just settling in.
Like once everybody gets a touch of the ball, everybody falls on the ground and gets that slide tackle in, that initial hit. Football players always talk about that initial hit. Players are in the game now. It's settled down a little bit.
Well, that can't happen in soccer because soccer's a non-contact sport.
Yeah, right. East Brunswick shot by Rich DeGuzman. He got that nice roller we talked about before, and when you get that, always good policy to unleash it. You never know when you get another one. And the way East Brunswick has finished lately, I should say their lack of finishing, was a good choice by DeGuzman. Ground ball makes its way through up to the midfield for St. Joseph's. They'll build, but they're outnumbered. A 1-on-3 again. St. Joseph's has got to start sending its midfielders forward. They're building from the backs to midfielders, but they're not building from midfielders to forward. They've got a big gap that they need to fill. Midfield is not getting it done at this point. East Brunswick throws it in. Cleared away by DeMaio of St. Joseph's, working on Jeff Gagno. Now the ball served to the right side of the field. East Brunswick numbers up front. This is Pepe. And cleared away by Lenny Gonzalez. No substitutions either way so far. Both teams going with their starting 11. Pepe takes one off the face. It shows no ill effects. Here comes St. Joseph's building, but again, outnumbered. It's the recurring theme. You can see the big gap behind the St. Joseph's forwards. There is nothing in the middle for St. Joseph's to turn around and play to. They cannot rebuild once the forwards get the ball. They can only go forward, and they're outnumbered every time. They'll have to change something somewhere along the line if they're going to generate some offense in this game. East Brunswick leads it 1-0, 13:55 left to play, first half from J. Doyle Field in East Brunswick. A battle of two of Middlesex County's top teams. East Brunswick's lone loss coming to Scotch Plains, and what a tragedy out of that high school. They lost a 15-year-old player who collapsed before a game against Toms River just last week. East Brunswick, I guess, was probably one game away from playing Scotch Plains.
Yeah, that young man was an outstanding player, too. He played as a sweeper back as a freshman.
Shimmy Wexler?
Yes.
15-year-old.
Just walking off the bus.
Did not even was not even warming up. Just had been from the bus to the playing field and collapsed and later died. East Brunswick doing an excellent job in the defensive third, winning the 50-50 balls that St. Joseph's is floating in. St. Joseph's has to do a number of things to get back in this game. They need to work the ball on the ground since they're outnumbered. Now a chance for East Brunswick. And I believe they're going to call a hold, so it'll be another East Brunswick kick. And they play it quickly to the left wing side. It's Dave Eunice, and cleared away by St. Joseph's. Every time St. Joe's gets the fast break, they're outnumbered. Excellent recovery by Vic Tara on the help defensively. Excellent job coming back.
Yeah, it's 6 defenders back that time. They're only attacking with 2.
They're working very hard because they're getting the numbers offensively and defensively, and that's just tremendous hustle by the midfield. They'll call St. Joseph's for pushing off. Tom Coohill whistled for the foul, and East Brunswick will build. Dave Weintraub for East Brunswick. Serves the ball into the box. Rodriguez will come out and get it and loses control. The ball is loose. The ball is still loose out in front. Rodriguez recovers, and they're going to say that he had control of it. That's another defender's nightmare. St. Joseph's looking for a foul against the goalkeeper. Normally that's pretty easily rewarded, but they're going to rule that Rodriguez had control of the ball. And P.J. Farrell.
Oh, geez, I think they're calling a penalty kick here. A handball on St. Joseph.
I thought they originally whistled that Rodriguez had control of the ball.
That's what I thought it was calling initially, too.
And Farrell's got to be careful not to get himself too worked up over the official or earn himself a yellow card. So East Brunswick with a chance to go up 2-0. 11:41 left to play in the first half. They already lead it 1-0 on the goal by Jeff Gagno. Vic Tatara, the senior midfielder, and he puts it in.
Yes.
East Brunswick leads it 2-0 on the Tatara penalty kick.
That's got to be sweet for Vic. You know, he's an old St. Joe's boy. He transferred over after his sophomore year.
Always good to beat your old mates.
He's got to love that one.
Sweet revenge for Tatara. East Brunswick up 2-0. 11:41 left to play in the first half. What a confidence booster for East Brunswick. We mentioned before, winless in their last two. A disappointing tie to Sayreville. They had to score 2 straight goals to earn that tie after falling behind 2-0. And a 1-0 loss at Scotch Plains. And now here, leading St. Joseph's 2-0. This St. Joe's team that is unbeaten at 4-0. East Brunswick has done an excellent job in the defensive third. That's been the key so far. Brandon Hockman, the East Brunswick goalkeeper. Hockman playing catch with John Dickinson. They clear it forward. This time East Brunswick whistled for the foul. A little shoving match ensues.
Here we go, a little yellow card time gone.
Will they pull the yellow cards out early? Just a warning so far. And for those players, it goes in one ear and out the other. Tommy Gagumas gets a caution for East Brunswick, but only a verbal caution, not a yellow card. And Mike DeMeo for St. Joseph's. Ball played into the East Brunswick defensive third. Again, St. Joseph's outnumbered. It's the recurring theme. Dickinson clears for East Brunswick. Now it's a 1-on-2. Played back for Tatara. He looks to work one-on-one to DeMeo. Excellent service in. Little English style soccer. Both teams booting it forward, looking to win the 50-50 chance. Tatara wins the header. It's a 2-on-2, but cleared away by Rob Ubhouse for St. Joseph's. Tatara for East Brunswick on the left wing. East Brunswick has something working in the St. Joseph's offensive third. They get the ball down the left wing. And let's see what they call. It'll be a corner kick.
I guess it's going to direct foul against St. Joe's.
Did they whistle the foul?
Yes.
Dave Eunice taken down. That's awfully close to the penalty box.
A little shoving going on in front of that goal right now. Jockey for position.
And the referee's in there. Tell the players to cool it. East Brunswick will serve into the box, look for the players to make the run on. It's played on the ground.
Ooh.
And they'll do it again. Cleared away by Tim Shields for St. Joseph's, but over the end line.
St. Joe's looks a little rattled right now. He just can't get on track.
Well, this is the first time they've been down all season, I'm sure. And not only that, they're down 2-0 and have mustered absolutely nothing offensively. A couple of times they've been dangerous. Brandon Hockman has come out to make a couple of saves, but really punch saves that were in the air, and East Brunswick is getting the job done defensively in their defensive third. So Brandon Hockman getting a lot of help. East Brunswick whistled on the foul. St. Joe's will play it forward. 8:15 left to play, first half. East Brunswick leads it by the score of 2-0. St. Joe's plays forward. Eric Holcomb lofts it down the corner. Here comes Hockman. Excellent job by Brandon Hockman. He's not waiting for anybody to play the ball to him. He's not waiting for it to get dangerous. If he's got a chance to get the ball in his own penalty area, he's doing it. And that just shows a lot of confidence. Rich to Guzman for East Brunswick. Plays it forward. Poor pass. Intercepted by St. Joseph's. Again, they've been working against the numbers all night. Tim Shields gets shoved down. St. Joseph's will have a direct kick. About 45 yards away. Again, this will be a floated ball into the box, and Hockman will probably come out. St. Joseph's will have to do something differently.
Goal.
And a goal! What a tremendous shot for St. Joseph's.
That ball should have been headed out, Gordon. That was low. I think Brandon thought it was going to be.
I think he thought he had his wall stationed there in a good spot. They say that 2-0 is the most dangerous score in soccer, and you just found out why. And all 3 goals tonight have been on set pieces. East Brunswick went up 1-0 on the goal by Jeff Gagne off an indirect kick. Vic Tatara then slotted home a penalty kick for a 2-0 lead. And now St. Joseph's converts its direct kick, and it's 2-1 East Brunswick.
Nobody there.
And now East Brunswick showing it's a little bit rattled. They play a ball wide on the kickoff, right out of bounds. That's something you don't see very often. Somebody with the wrong assignment. Rob Uphouse plays it back to John Rodriguez for St. Joseph's, the junior goalkeeper. St. Joseph still has not shown that they can penetrate the East Brunswick defense. They put in the set piece, which counts just as any other.
We'll push that time.
Jeff Gagne taken down for East Brunswick. St. Joe's ought to have learned by now not to give East Brunswick a set piece, because they have converted and look very good doing so. 6.5 to play, first half. From J. Doyle Field in East Brunswick, the Bears on top, 2-1. Leading St. Joseph's in a key GMC Red Division matchup. Oh my. That's a yellow card for P.J. Farrell.
St. Joe's could ill afford to lose him.
Now, when you're P.J. Farrell, you know that you're one of the 2 go-to guys for St. Joseph's. And in a game like this, you can't afford to be taking chances like that with a foul. They need him. And with the yellow card, he'll have to be substituted for. So East Brunswick will have an advantage now with St. Joe's missing one of their top guns. Ball flighted near the box. And look for this game to get a little bit rougher. Tumalo.
I'd like to be down the field right now and hear some of the talking going back and forth.
Yeah, we don't want to put a live microphone on the field at this point.
I'm sure most of the people from East Brunswick know that PJ's an old East Brunswick boy. So there's a little bit of extra incentive on his part, too.
Sure.
Now you're going to see the officiating really get tight now for the last 5 minutes.
And it should be. I'll tell you, you can always tell the increasing intensity of a game by the amount of slide tackles, and they have increased pretty dramatically. P.J. Farrell earned the yellow card by just running over an East Brunswick defender. Now St. Joe's within a chance. A good defensive play by John Dickinson. There's the ball away. The junior sweeper for East Brunswick. Certainly a couple of advantages to having juniors in the backfield for East Brunswick. Dickinson, the junior, and Hockman, the goalkeeper, also a junior. You hope the players don't have on-the-job training and learning their positions, but they'll be back for next year. And that's an excellent couple of skill positions to have back. St. Joseph's has already scored on one set piece, and this one just played far and away by Jim LeBar. East Brunswick will have a goal kick coming the other way. 4:43 left to play, first half. Gordy Deal alongside East Brunswick girls head coach Lou Koza. First meeting between these two schools this year. Quite a showdown last year. Each team won 1-1 against each other. Of course, the final game a tie, the GMC championship.
Oh my.
Hockman again, showing his poise. That's great poise for a junior.
Hockman got a lot of time last year as a goalkeeper on varsity level.
And Haston likes to switch. He likes to alternate goalkeepers. BJ Farrell back in the game now for St. Joseph's. Header won by Tumalo. St. Joseph's builds. He's got a man on the right side. It's Will LeBar, the sophomore, the only sophomore on the field. Dickinson clears, but it's a short pop-up. And the younger LeBar gets whistled for over the back, and East Brunswick will send it the other way. That was a good aggressive play before by P.J. Farrell. If he had made contact with the goalie, he may have drawn another yellow card, but a little cat and mouse between Farrell and Hockman. Whenever you've got forwards who can attack and defend as aggressively as a guy like P.J. Farrell or Victor Tara for East Brunswick, you're going to force mistakes in the defensive third. Great way to get the easy goals. And it's not how, it's how many. There's a ball flighted for Gagno in the penalty box. Cleared away by St. Joseph's, and they whistle out of bounds. Throw in East Brunswick. Just under 3 minutes to play, first half. East Brunswick leading St. Joseph's 2-1 here at J. Doyle Field. Long throw into the box. Rodriguez hesitant about coming out. And we'll have a push on East Brunswick. You don't mind giving up the foul there. It's in your own defensive third where you mind giving up those fouls. East Brunswick plays the ball forward. Rodriguez the save for St. Joseph's. Tommy Gugumis, good forechecking, if you will. Ball played forward for St. Joseph's now. They're anxious to get the ball in the offensive third for them, but they're outnumbered every time.
They're moving it down, but nobody's following up on it.
They've got to take the ball in more on the ground.
I think it'll be a good time for halftime. It's starting to get a little rough out there right now.
Well, just a minute 50 left to play. Ball served into the box by Shields, and now the shot and a save by Brandon Hockman. Good stop by Hockman. Grass a little bit wet tonight because it's cool. And it's a little bit damp, a little dew on the grass, so he's done an excellent job of keeping an eye on that skipping ball, which is so deadly.
It'll get worse before it gets better tonight. With the cool air coming up, I think you're going to have a lot of moisture before it's over.
What would you guess, about 45 degrees right about now?
I was about 50 when I came up.
And another direct kick for St. Joseph's. They converted one already. That's how they erased a 2-goal deficit and made it 2-1. Let's see what they have in store. This will be Jim LeBar. Everybody for St. Joseph's in the East Brunswick half of the field. Here comes Hockman again, another punch out. And he goes over P.J. Farrell to do it. Here's the ball served back in the box. They don't whistle the offsides. East Brunswick looking for it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Another St. Joseph's throw in. Tom Kuhill will yield to Rob Ubhouse. Everybody back for East Brunswick. A lot of pushing and shoving in the box. Headed away. Tumalo gives a forearm in the back to Dickinson, not whistled. Here comes Hockman again, and he heads the ball away. Hockman loves to come out, and that's exciting to watch. That's exciting soccer, but now he nearly gets caught out. Came out so far where he couldn't play it with his hands and had to head it away, and that's one of the rules they're starting to change in FIFA. They did it in the Under-17 World Cup this summer in Italy. A defender who played the ball back to the goalkeeper was not allowed to use his hands. He had to use his feet to play the ball. It'll open up the game a little more when it comes to the United States. I think it's not too far off.
It's a good rule.
And we will talk about another important rule change that FIFA instituted in the Under-17 World Cup this summer. involving the offsides rule. But right now we've come to halftime at J. Doyle Field. We've still got another 40 minutes to go. At the end of one half, East Brunswick leading St. Joseph's 2-1. We are just a few seconds away from the second half kickoff. East Brunswick home to St. Joseph's this evening. Bears lead it 2-1 as we head into the second half. Gordy Deal alongside. We are just a few seconds away from the second half kickoff. East Brunswick home to St. Joseph's this evening. Bears lead it 2-1 as we head into the second half. Gordy Deal alongside East Brunswick girls coach Lou Cosa. We've got a great game going so far. East Brunswick opened the scoring at 9:13. Jeff Gagno on the indirect kick with the assist from Vic Tatar to take a 1-0 lead. Vic Tatar then came back and made it 2-0 about 23 minutes later at 29-29 when he converted a penalty kick. It was 2-0 East Brunswick when Jim LeBar for St. Joseph's converted a free kick himself, 33-44 into the first half. That's where we stand. East Brunswick leading St. Joseph's 2-1 in a key GMC Red Division matchup. And Coach, it's been all East Brunswick. They dominated in the defensive third, and that's been the key so far for them.
Yeah, pretty much so. I just think that St. Joe's has to get moving more so at the midfield and overlap a little bit and come up and support. And they just haven't done it yet. And they've been outnumbered 5-6 to 2-3.
And they continue to loft the balls into the defensive third, into their offensive third. And East Brunswick really not even much of a challenge to win those when you've got those kind of numbers. We start the second half. East Brunswick leads at 2-1. St. Joseph's in the away green jerseys, black shorts. East Brunswick in the home white.
East Brunswick's midfield is doing a superior job tonight. They're up on offense and they're back on defense. It's like, I don't know how they can keep moving so quick.
When you got a team that's outnumbering the offense in the defensive third and also outnumbering the defense in the offensive third, you've got some midfielders who are doing some overtime work. St. Joseph's will get the throw in. It'll be Mike DeMayo, the senior, along the right wing. St. Joseph's looking to build, again outnumbered. Good game plan by head coach Dan Haston for East Brunswick tonight. East Brunswick looking to snap a two-game winless streak. They are 0-1-1 in the last two games, 1-1-1 overall. 7-0 win over Edison in the opener. Long throw into the box. Out comes Hockman again, and again he punches it away. Now Hockman is out of net, and the volley is blocked by East Brunswick. Again, the numbers defensively are proving to be the difference. P.J. Farrell will be offsides if the ball is played forward, but they let it go. Good chance for St. Joseph's. And they whistle a foul. Is he going to award another penalty kick?
Well, if he called it, it's got to be a penalty kick.
Unless they're going to rule
I guess
some kind of obstruction or dangerous play. In that case, it would be an indirect. And it is an indirect. St. Joseph's would do itself good if they didn't rush this kick. They're outnumbered in almost every play. They ought to take some time. They took some time to set up their last or second to last direct kick, and it netted them a goal. Jim LeBar, the senior sweeper, made it a 2-1 game for St. Joseph's. They trailed 2-0 early. Another set piece for St. Joseph's. Working against Brandon Hockman, the East Brunswick goalkeeper. East Brunswick with a 3-4-man wall. The shot is deflected and in.
I think that went off a defender.
It hit off that wall. P.J. Farrell converts for St. Joseph's, and we are tied at 2. Unbelievable that all 4 goals tonight have come off set pieces. And St. Joseph's really is lucky to be in this game. Not that because each team has converted the 2, but St. Joseph's has mustered nothing offensively other than the set pieces, the direct kicks that they've had, and they convert. 37-51 left to play in the second half.
I'll tell you what, if I was St. Joe's, I count myself lucky on that one.
East Brunswick looks to counter. Again, this is the danger zone time that we talked about. A team is most vulnerable after it's been scored upon and after it has scored. We'll keep an eye on the next 2 or 3 minutes. John Rodriguez takes the throw in from Rob Ubhouse, and he'll look to boot it forward. Again, St. Joseph's outnumbered. They continue to boot the ball forward and play it in the air. It's hard to argue with the philosophy at this point. They've converted 2 direct free kicks. But if they look at the game film, I think they'll see they didn't have much going offensively.
They're very lucky to be there right now.
Here's another 1-on-3, 1-on-2 opportunity. Eric Holcomb for St. Joseph's, good speed down the right wing. Good job, good defensive recovery by the East Brunswick defense. 2-2 the score. It's almost the direct opposite for East Brunswick in their last game against Sayreville.
Another set piece.
They fell behind 2-0 and needed 2 goals to tie. Here they go up 2-0 and have been tied by giving up 2 consecutive goals. It's 2-2. Another ball floated into the box.
A little miscommunication there. 2 greens up there.
A couple of St. Joe's players collide on the play. You don't mind seeing that aggressiveness in the offensive third. Joe Tumalo had a chance for St. Joseph's, but it goes out of bounds, and East Brunswick will work it the other way. Momentum, St. Joseph's right now. 36-20 left to play in the ballgame. 2-2 tie. Couldn't have drawn it up any better than this. I don't think I would have guessed that 4 goals would have been scored, but when they come on set pieces.
No, there's no, the play on the field itself is not a 4-goal game. But they're both well schooled in with their plays.
East Brunswick clears again. St. Joseph's will get the throw in. They'll get the long throw from Jim LeVar. Oh, check that. From Rob Uphouse. And he can fire it. He'll loft it all the way into the box. St. Joseph's attacking. Tumalo is there, but headed straight down into the ground, and Hockman comes up with it. I believe they whistle the over the back.
Yeah.
East Brunswick will have a free kick coming the other way. What a terrific night for soccer, too.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Clear and cool. Not the greatest for the fans to watch, but for the soccer purist, tonight is an ideal night. Mid-40s, clear skies, no wind.
Yeah, that was a football field out of bounds just then. That crown on that field on the side is the drive coaches nuts, especially if you play the outside. It takes a long time to get adjusted to that.
And for Central Jersey soccer fans who have seen Rutgers University play, that AstroTurf field has a super crown on it. Now, when you play on that field for the first time, your passes from the center of the field out to the flanks get lost because the ball just takes off on that AstroTurf. Not only is it already faster than natural grass, but it slopes. Difficult to get used to. These 2 teams found that out in the GMC final. East Brunswick looking to build now. They've been kind of quiet the last few minutes. They've given up 2 early goals here. Or check that, 1 early goal in the second half. St. Joe's has rallied to tie after being 2 goals down.
Geez, their halfbacks are just not coming down. I keep watching, waiting for them to come on a run.
Very noticeable gap between the St. Joseph's forwards and midfielders, but they're in the game. Eric Huckham doing the blue-collar work in the right corner for St. Joseph's. Good hustle on both sides of the ball for East Brunswick and St. Joe's. Yet another set piece down in the defensive third. That'll keep the defense on its toes. Brandon Hockman barks out commands from his goalkeeping position for East Brunswick. And the referee will settle things down again. It's like basketball, players posting up for position. They do the same thing on a piece like this. Out comes Hockman. He came out and got kind of lost in no man's land, realized he didn't have a chance, and had to retreat quickly to the goal, but the ball was not in danger. St. Joseph's will get the long throw in. East Brunswick has everybody back. St. Joe's almost everybody forward. Out comes Hockman again, and he got bumped. And he has some words for Tumalo. Part of the goalkeeper's job. Brandon Hockman is one guy who probably doesn't need to be defended a lot. He can probably take care of himself.
Not too much. He's a tough little kid.
You know, we always think of hockey players defending their goalie, soccer players, much the same thing, but Brandon Hockman doesn't need much help. Tough customer. St. Joseph's builds again. Again, a 1-on-3, 1-on-4, 2-on-5. St. Joseph's faces it every time they come into the East Brunswick third. Tumalo trying to get things started for St. Joseph's. The header flicked on, but out of bounds. Goal kick, East Brunswick. 2-2, 32-18 left to play. East Brunswick and St. Joseph's all tied up here at J. Doyle Field.
I think as the game goes on, you're going to see those 50-50 balls being contested a little bit more, a little more aggressively.
These teams are both pretty impressive in the air. Up house for St. Joseph's. Just takes out Tommy Gagumas. He gets whistled. There's a ball floated into the box. Traditional of East Brunswick. They have men there. Headed over the top. Good chance for East Brunswick. Poor defensive coverage by St. Joseph's. They left goalkeeper John Rodriguez left to fend for himself pretty much.
There's a collision down there between two East Brunswick people. They look like they're hurting.
The two guys ran together. Tommy Gagumas a little bit slow getting up.
The other one is Vic.
Vic Tatar helps him to his feet. Either way, it's a goal kick for St. Joseph's. The Falcons appear to have a slight momentum edge at this point of the game. They've scored 2 straight goals to tie, one late in the first half on a direct kick by Jim LeBar. And P.J. Farrell netted one early in the second half. The first 2 or 3 minutes at the start of a game or the start of the half, another one of those danger periods too. Always concerned about your team coming out flat at the start of the game or the start of a half. East Brunswick gets a free kick. St. Joseph's to build. LeVar had a chance to carry, but he elected not to. He had the space, he gave it up. Now down the right wing and out of bounds. Pass intended for Tim Shields. He couldn't catch up with it. A little too far ahead of him. That might draw a card, but it won't. Mike DeMeo, hard illegal tackle.
That's one of the things that I'm a little hesitant about, the new rule about, the violent foul is immediate ejection or card. I think what it's done is it's just made the game rougher because the officials are less apt to call that because they know the penalty is severe.
That's a good point. P.J. Farrell working the left sideline. He beat one man, but not Dickinson. Excellent defensive tackle by John Dickinson.
Nice reaction after, too.
But he should have given the ball up.
Yep.
But he's not burned by it. So Dickinson with a good play. He was the only man left for P.J. Farrell to beat, and Dickinson made an excellent play on it. That's about the only time, slide tackles are pretty overrated, but that's about the only time you want to slide tackle. When you're trying to make something happen in your offensive third or making that desperation play.
I think Gagumas is really hurt this time.
Trainer comes out on the field for East Brunswick. Gagumas, the senior striker. Clock stops with 29:15 left to play in the second half. East Brunswick and St. Joseph's tied at 2-2 here at J. Doyle Field in East Brunswick. Good crowd on hand to see this marquee GMC matchup. Heated rivalry over the years. It's not one of those games you can come and expect to see a lot of goal scoring. You just see a hotly contested match. Gagumas now sitting up straight.
Every time he goes down, people start worrying because he had that back operation this summer. Everybody gets a little weary about, whether it's going to hold up for him. It looks okay.
Gagumas under his own power now. It's a good sign. Shakes the cobwebs. Takes inventory. All those sports injury cliches.
Yeah.
He makes it over to the sideline. He looks all right. They'll have a look at him.
Looks like he got an elbow in the jaw or something. He's holding his mouth.
You won't keep Tommy Gagumas out of the game for long. He's a gamer. St. Joseph's looks to build. Ball played out of bounds. Lenny Gonzalez couldn't stop it from going there. East Brunswick attacks. Rich Meyer, John Dickinson, Brandon Hockman, Working the ball in defensive third. Hockman has it. East Brunswick controls.
East Brunswick gotten away from their game plan a little bit. They were doing a nice job overlapping in the first half, and they're not doing as much this half.
Yeah, they don't appear to be as dangerous as they were early on. And St. Joseph's hasn't really changed their style at all. They've picked up 2 goals on direct kicks like East Brunswick has, but East Brunswick has certainly been more dangerous offensively, even though St. Joe's outnumbered East Brunswick in shots taken in the first half, 6-4. Ball placed at the 35-yard line. It's not a kickoff, it's a free kick, 45 yards away. Soccer field here at East Brunswick, 20 yards longer than the football field, a couple of yards wider. They play it forward. Lofted into the box, Rodriguez tips it over the top.
I called him offsides beforehand.
Well played ball by Rich Mayer. Offsides East Brunswick. Tatara, a few words with the official. Just to let him know.
Yeah, he's, I don't think he's questioning. He just asked him to watch it a little bit closer.
Ball won by Tumalo. He plays it forward again. East Brunswick outnumbering St. Joseph's. Farrell makes a hard run of the ball. No contact made with Hockman. Good clean play. Rich Mayer working the ball for East Brunswick. Don't like to see a back take the ball up that far, especially when he has to beat a man to do it.
Yeah, there it is, right in his spot.
Now he's caught out of position. P.J. Farrell with the ball, guarded by Dickinson. Farrell loses control. Dickinson has it, and he'll play it up. And he'll stay up. He'll look for the ball back. Good defensive play by St. Joseph's. Good tackle by Dickinson. I like the way he tackles. East Brunswick, good job defensively clearing it away. Whistle and a foul. Another free kick for St. Joseph's. Game is tied at 2-2. 26-13 left to play, second half.
If this goes like it's been going, Gordy, we might see another goal here on a set play. Seems like St. Joe sort of lulls you to sleep. They're talking, milling around. All of a sudden, somebody takes the shot. So they're trying to catch you unawares.
That's certainly how East Brunswick scored their first one, it appeared, when Jeff Gagnon slotted home his goal on the assist from Vic Tatara. He caught John Rodriguez totally off guard, beat the wall, and tucked it in the right corner. That was just a great shot by Gagnon. Here's a direct kick off the wall this time, and he'll have a second shot at it. And played by Hockman, and an offsides on P.J. Farrell for St. Joseph. So Tim Shields gets 2 cracks at the goal, can't convert. Good job by the East Brunswick wall. Those are one of those things, as a player, you try not to practice too much in the game. You don't like to practice taking the indirect kick off the wall. You never know where you're going to get popped. You like to save those for the game. If you're going to get hit in the game, not during practice. Ball headed out of bounds by Rob Uphouse. St. Joseph's senior defender. It'll be an East Brunswick throw-in. Mayer for Weintraub. Lofted down the wing. Good save. Gonzalez for St. Joseph's up the left wing. Picked off by Mayer. Good pursuit by St. Joseph's. They send the ball forward again, outnumbered. Farrell's got a chance. Farrell's got a chance. He's alone on Hockman. He slips it by and a goal. P.J. Farrell beats Brandon Hockman, who was injured on the play. Hockman about did all he could. And St. Joseph's has scored 3 unanswered goals to take a 3-2 lead with 24-34 left to play in the second half. Brandon Hockman and P.J. Farrell collided on the breakaway. A defensive breakdown for East Brunswick. Hockman is injured. Pretty good collision, a couple of good-sized fellas.
I guess that's what St. Joe's been trying to set up all night, is that over ball and then try to get PJ or the other striker up front there to come to the ball and look for a miscue.
Certainly can't argue with anything that Brandon Hockman has done all night. He's been spectacular.
He made a nice play right there too. Unfortunately,
he made the only play he could have made. In a situation like that, the goalkeeper is taught to come out, get the ball and the man, and that was exactly what he did. From our angle, though, I couldn't tell whether Farrell had actually slid the ball underneath him by the time they made contact, or whether the ball just squirted free, or maybe it hit Hockman, then hit Farrell again and went in. Either way, St. Joseph's leads at 3-2. Still plenty of time left to play. And East Brunswick has shown that it can be dangerous, but they've allowed 3 straight goals after taking a 2-0 lead. Brandon Hockman still down on the field. Jamie Foreman is the East Brunswick backup.
He's a quality backup. He, with Coach Haston, he switches them on and off. One time one will start, next time the other will start.
If you're an East Brunswick goalkeeper on the boys team, you are both a backup and a starter. Coach Dan Haston likes to get that rotation in there. You can make arguments either way.
Well, I sort of do the same thing myself, so I'd sort of argue with him.
You can argue that one goalie never gets a chance to develop a rhythm or any kind of rapport with his defenders, and they never get used to his system. And the other argument is that both players get to play and you keep them fresh. Tough to argue either way. And when you've got 2 quality goalkeepers like East Brunswick has, and Jamie Foreman and Brandon Hockman, you don't lose anything when you substitute one for the other. Hockman gives Foreman an encouraging hug as they exchange places. Hockman not yet off the field. He's got a slight limp to his walk. He's one of the toughest in the business. Nodding his head as if appear to say he's all right. East Brunswick restarts after the P.J. Farrell goal for St. Joseph's.
Good shot. Well, East Brunswick's going to have to go back to what they were doing in the beginning. Get a little more aggressive, pass the ball, keep it on the wings, and then cross like they were in the beginning. I think they'll meet some success there.
Yeah, they have gotten away from their game plan, as you mentioned before. And the East Brunswick momentum has been lost. It's been St. Joe's really for the latter part of the first half and so far here in the second half. Again, the new goalkeeper in the game for East Brunswick, Jamie Foreman, just a junior. Hockman also a junior. Both kids will be back next year. St. Joseph's to play it forward from the midfield on the free kick.
Well, it's good to see Gagumas is back in there too.
Don't want to speculate what the injury was, but Gagumas did leave the game after a collision. But back in. Dickinson for East Brunswick. And the Bears will throw it in. Dave Weintraub, senior stopper. And they've ruled it a St. Joseph's throw-in.
I was just going to comment, I didn't see P.J. Farrell in there, but here he comes back in.
P.J. caught a quick breather. George Gurin, the junior, spelled him for just a few minutes. Farrell back in, and Gurin will take a rest. And let's see what they're really going to allow, that Farrell cannot come in the game at this point. So Gurin will check back in until the next chance for a substitution. Can't substitute on the free kick?
No.
Jim LeBar plays it forward. He scored St. Joseph's first goal. P.J. Farrell has scored the next 2. And now another whistle and a foul against East Brunswick. A quick set piece for St. Joseph's. They played forward but out of bounds. Again outnumbered.
That was well played that time. They've been setting up, taking their time, and then to run a quick one like that. That was quick thinking on the youngsters' part.
P.J. Farrell back in the game for St. Joseph's.
Looks like he's limping a little bit too.
Looks like he's been through a war. Sleeves rolled up, shirts untucked. The socks are dirty. He is a warrior. East Brunswick controls. This is Tatara showing good ball movement.
Tell you what, they're doubling him. I was watching that in the beginning of the second half here. And at one point in time, they had 3 people all around him. I guess they feel if they can take him out, they'll slow East Brunswick down a little bit.
Jamie Foreman, who has spelled Brandon Hockman, who left the game with an injury. The new East Brunswick goalkeeper, junior, boots it forward. Tumalo wins it for St. Joseph's. Here's Farrell. One man to beat. East Brunswick
Danger
not getting
again.
back on help. And it looked like Farrell that time ran out of gas or took a dive toward the 18, trying to draw something. That was the identical goal he just scored on moments ago to make it a 3-2 St. Joseph's lead. And it sure appears that's what they're gearing for. Serve the ball and let Farrell win. The only non-set piece goal we've had tonight scored by St. Joseph's P.J. Farrell, and it was the tiebreaker.
He's really limping out there now.
The question that St. Joseph's head coach Jeff Bergson has to ask of himself now is a 75% P.J. Farrell as good as a 100% fresh substitute? We'll see as time goes on.
I think if that ball gets down there, you'll see him lose the limp real quick. Because
Suddenly that injury is not as intense when the ball is in your zone. Big momentum switch in this game. St. Joe's plays the ball down the right wing. Dickinson clears. I like his defense.
Definitely.
Dickinson is playing a very solid game tonight. Good tackles, good decisions. There's a header by Gonzalez, cleared away again by Dickinson. He's really the glue back there in that East Brunswick defense tonight. East Brunswick with the chance. They look to build.
There's danger right here.
It's a 2-on-3. St. Joseph's able to clear. Greg Thorney heads into the box for St. Joseph's. Here's Gagno, left-footed service. Too much. It'll be a goal kick for St. Joseph's. 19:20 left to play here in the ball game. St. Joseph's 3 consecutive goals. They lead East Brunswick 3-2. East Brunswick drew first blood when Jeff Gagno converted an indirect free kick on a back pass from Vic Tatara, just 9 minutes, 13 seconds into the game. Vic Tatara then himself converted a penalty kick for a 2-0 lead. Jim Labar answered with about 7 minutes left in the first half for St. Joseph's to make it 2-1. Then P.J. Farrell scored 3 minutes into the second half, and Farrell again 16 minutes into the second half to make it a 3-2 St. Joseph's lead. Again, the service in the box. Again, East Brunswick has the numbers. Out comes Foreman, and he punches it away. Good job by Foreman. Boy, similar styles between Jamie Foreman and Brandon Hockman. Both like to come out and dominate the air. Both with excellent poise. Jamie Foreman still getting his feet wet in this game. He replaced Brandon Hockman about midway through the second half. St. Joseph's will get a corner kick out of this as Dickinson clears over the end line for East Brunswick.
Dickens is really playing an outstanding game back there. He's all over the backfield.
Lenny Gonzalez, the left-footed service, and it hits off the back of Vic Tatara. Tatara, the up man, they usually camp him out about 10 yards from the flag just for that purpose, so he can try and block the cross.
I think he got a little quick jump on it out with that.
He was about 4 yards out, I think, by the time the kick actually went off. Here's Gonzalez again, the service. This time he gets past Vic Tatara, headed over the top, and East Brunswick comes away with a goal kick.
There's a young man down there that's having fun out there. P.J. Farrell. He just headed the ball between the goalposts and was given the field goal sign.
Evan Hankin in the game for East Brunswick now. 5'7", 140-pound senior. He'll replace Dave Weintraub. East Brunswick wins the, check that, St. Joe's wins the 50-50 ball and loses it. Gonzalez takes one on the chops and brings forward for St. Joe's, now on the right wing. This is Eric Holcomb. He's been a workhorse up front this evening, and hasn't gotten much help there either.
Oh, outstanding moves.
There's the cross, and there's Dickinson.
Dickinson again.
What a momentum switch. East Brunswick really had it working in the first half. Really had the crowd on their side. Everything was going their way. And a 2-0 lead. Very dangerous lead. And suddenly, it's all St. Joe's in the second half. Now Jeff Gagno has a chance. And he works it back out. Now he's got to be careful of an offsides. Gagno plays the ball into the middle. Cleared away by Uphouse. East Brunswick controls. It's Gagno again. Excellent through ball for East Brunswick, and they've got a 3-on-3. Lifted into the box, swing and a miss. And they called it offsides. Good ball work by East Brunswick, good through pass to generate the 3-on-3. Offsides on the play for Tommy Gugumas. St. Joseph's will clear it away. 15 minutes left to play in the ball game. St. Joe's 3, East Brunswick 2. Lenny Gonzalez with P.J. Farrell. Farrell looks to take the kick. I don't know why you'd want that. There he goes. Certainly want to waste a weapon like him taking the kick.
Definitely not.
And it'll be Jim LeBar with the service. Farrell gets down in there. He wants to grind it out on the line. LeBar loses his footing. There's Farrell with the header, but he flicks it out of bounds. Chatting that one over with Joe Tamulo. The two ran together, miscommunication. East Brunswick has a goal kick. They need some offense. They've fallen silent here in the second half. St. Joe's has completely turned this game around with 3 consecutive goals after East Brunswick scored on 2 set pieces in the first half. Dickinson cleared into the middle. Not something generally taught of defenders. Here comes Tumalo with help for Lenny Gonzalez. Tumalo up the left wing. Looks to get the cross off. Excellent defensive job by Greg Tharney. St. Joseph's learned the corner kick out of, or the throw in, not corner kick.
Because I thought that was a corner kick myself.
Yeah, corner kick.
It is.
Lenny Gonzalez for St. Joseph's. Again, Tatar providing the one-man wall. There's a service. Foreman comes out and heads back in. And a rifle of a shot by Rob Uphouse, but to no avail. Clear sailing out of the field, out of the end zone, out of the yard.
Souvenir for the fans.
Get over it. Got to lean over that one. You got to have the knee over the ball to keep it down. St. Joseph's wins the 50-50. 13 minutes left to play in the ball game. St. Joseph's at 4-0, leading East Brunswick 3-2. The Bears 1-1-1, winless in their last 2. They had it going their way in the first half. 2 quick goals.
Because they haven't had the ball down past midfield for a long time.
They have not been dangerous offensively in a long, long time. Long throw into the box. The header flicked on, but Foreman is there. Well played by Foreman. And a good job by Eric Holcomb, the senior for St. Joseph's, to get ahead on it. Here's Gagno, wins the header. And he'll take the free kick. He plays it forward, intercepted by St. Joseph's Tom Kuhill.
Oh.
Pretty good collision there. Tatara working, showing some of that magic. Free kick for East Brunswick.
This is where East Brunswick is very dangerous. They work on their plays continuously.
Time winding down. Ball serve, far side. And out of bounds. Jim Labar will take the goal kick for St. Joseph's. They lead it 3-2. 11.5 minutes to play in the ball game here at J. Doyle Field in East Brunswick. Gordy Deal alongside Luke Hosa. PJ Farrell wins the head ball for St. Joseph's. Flicked on by Eric Holcomb. St. Joe's looking to mount something, outnumbered. And Holcomb almost got whistled for the jumping in. Now Dickinson needs to get rid of it. He's carried too long. And now he's out of position and arguing. But the Bears win the ball back for him. No harm done. Mike DeMeo builds for St. Joseph's along the right wing. It's Will Labar. Now gets it into Holcomb. Can't handle it. Dickinson clears. St. Joseph's will reload. Tim Shields. East Brunswick is clearing the ball up the middle of the field rather than wide, and that's why they find themselves constantly playing defense. Now here's a chance. A 2-on-4 though. Slide tackle by Tumalo. And a good defensive play. Tumalo comes racing forward for St. Joseph's. Here's Holcomb. Chips the ball down the right wing
Beautiful
for Farrell.
check.
It's the matchup they've looked for. Getting Farrell in a one-on-one, a one-on-two, and looking to use his size and muscle to perhaps create something for himself.
They've been working the ball down their right side real well. I'd say the last 15, 20 minutes.
PJ Farrell, it seems, sort of has free roam.
Yeah, he seems to be
up
all over
front.
the field.
He sort of does what he wants. Difficult to mark if you assign one man to him. If you zone him, it's different. If you offer single coverage, he can draw a man out of position when he roams around. And again, he gets the head on the ball. Foreman comes up with a save. East Brunswick not as sharp defensively as they were in the first half. They're losing 50-50 balls in their defensive third, something they haven't done. Here comes St. Joe's again. Good positioning by Dickinson.
Jack. Well, as a coach, I hate to see those high fly balls coming down like that.
Rob Ubhouse wins the ball, but sends it too far. Between the uprights and out of bounds.
Yeah,
Goal kick East Brunswick, time running down, just over 9 minutes to play.
Kick the ball from 30, 40 yards out, and it's that high, and your keeper's out on 6, 7 yard line, and you see him stepping back. Your heart goes in your throat. Push.
Well, I was waiting for a good segue for an offsides call somewhere along the line to discuss the rule change that they used in Italy this summer at the Under-17 World Cup. What they've done, rather than using the midfield line as the offsides line, they moved the offsides line down to each 18. So it really opened up the game. A lot more fast breaks. The midfield really stretched. The game became more elongated. Provided a little more scoring. I think those are some changes that we'll see coming to the U.S. pretty soon, because I think the U.S. is at a critical point in its soccer career, if you will. It needs to provide more scoring. It needs to lure more fans. The more goals, the more fans you have. And I think a couple of those rule changes, like the ones we talked about before, where the goalkeeper cannot handle the ball when it's passed back to him by a defender, he has to play the ball with his feet.
That 18 and 18 is a nice rule. That'll definitely open it up, because then you can have the so-called basket hanger down there, and if you can get the ball to him.
Here's PJ Farrell working the left wing for St. Joseph's, but he's outnumbered. And the Bears play it forward. Here's Tatara, 2-on-1. He waits for help. Gets it to Weintraub. And it'll be a St. Joseph's throw-in. So expect some changes to United States soccer. Coming weeks, coming months. We'll see when they take place. I think there's certainly positive changes. PJ Farrell, outnumbered again, down the flank. East Brunswick controls. They're playing the ball in the air. But you've got numbers. You don't want to see that. Get the ball on the ground and work it. And a handball whistled.
This has really been a well officiated ball game. They've kept the kids under control, but yet they've let them play a little bit too.
There'll always be that exchange of words on the slide tackle when two players fall down, a little pushing and shoving. Got to expect that in this type of rivalry. Header flicked on by Farrell. Again, it's Foreman. Farrell does an excellent job in the offensive third in the air. And in the first half, he was not winning those battles. Three to two, St. Joseph's leads. 6.5 to play here at J. Doyle Field, East Brunswick. Dickinson clears out of bounds for East Brunswick. Dickinson has been impressive as a back, and he's only a junior.
He's only a slight kid, too. He's not that big back there. Where does he go, about 5'8", maybe?
He's showing good poise. They list him as 5'8", 140. He plays about 6'0", 165. Not afraid. He's made some good hard tackles and clean tackles. Knows when to clear the ball. He's cleared the ball up the middle a couple times, which is really the only criticism you can have. And St. Joe's has won those clears and have rebuilt the attack. But St. Joseph's has not been that dangerous in the offensive third, despite the fact they lead 3-2. Each team has scored 2 goals on set pieces.
East Brunswick just got to settle down and get into their game again. Not much time left to do it. They better do it quickly.
5.5 to play. East Brunswick trails by 1. St. Joseph's playing with more confidence than they were in the first half. And again, Farrell wins a head ball. Gonzalez. This is Farrell up the left wing. Can he save it? No. East Brunswick will throw it in. They're working against the clock. And a throw by Mayer right to Gonzalez. Mayer plays it straight up in the air. Again, the header won by Farrell. And he draws the foul.
Farrell's so strong over there, you know, and he gets up well.
He's been brilliant in the air. And when you get him in the air, you've still got to beat him because he's so strong.
He has something you can't teach, you know, that's superb timing, and he gets the ball, you know, right at the height of his jump.
Jim LeBar will flight the ball into the box. East Brunswick clears. This is Will LeBar, the sophomore, the youngest kid on the field, up the right wing. And he's beaten. Good play by the East Brunswick defense. It looks sharp there. Zatara plays the ball on. St. Joseph's plays it all the way back for John Rodriguez. They're starting to watch the clock now. One thing about playing on a football field, you always have the clock to watch. A distraction? Yeah, maybe. Because St. Joseph's appears now that it's looking just to boot the ball forward, to play conservative, run the clock out. Not easy to do in soccer. 3:53 to play, second half. East Brunswick trailing St. Joseph's 3-2.
It's so hard to tell your team to play the same game. They got him there, you know, and then they start sitting back, and sure than heck, one mistake and that's it.
Farrell loses control out of bounds. He tries to stall. This is one of those games too. Not only are you physically spent after such a physical battle, but it's such an emotional game too. Good play by Dickinson, loses the handle. This is Holcomb working on a 2-on-2. Good defensive job again by East Brunswick. The ball lofted into the box. Foreman got caught halfway, but makes the play. Just over 3 minutes to play. St. Joe's continues to lead. P.J. Farrell, his goal the difference for St. Joseph's. 24-24 of the second half. 16 minutes in.
It's one of the first times I've seen St. Joe's with all the people up. They only had 3 defenders back.
Gonzalez wins the header. Here's Thorny on the right wing with the service cross. Cleared away by St. Joe's. Will Holcomb get there? Yes, he will. And now he attacks a 3-on-2.
Now they got the numbers.
2-on-2. Dickinson working on the left flank. Out comes Foreman, and a miscommunication there between Mayer and Foreman. That's got to be Foreman's job to come out and say it's his.
think he pulled up with a cramp because he started on a full run and then sort of like dragged his leg on that fast break just then.
Tim Shields on his back, having a look at that right leg. 2:19 left to play here at J. Doyle Field. St. Joseph's leading East Brunswick 3-2. East Brunswick dominated early on in the first half. They've been outdueled. They scored 2 quick goals. Jeff Gagno on the indirect kick, the assist from Vic Tatara at 9:13 for a 1-0 lead. A brilliant goal by Gagno. Then Vic Tatara converted a penalty kick at 29:29 of the first half. Jim LeBar for St. Joseph's at 33:44 to make it a 2-1 ball game. Then came halftime, and St. Joe's appeared to carry its momentum from that goal into the second half. P.J. Farrell converted just about 3 minutes into the second half, that danger area we talked about before. You worry about your team starting a half or the game a little bit flat. I think East Brunswick did. P.J. Farrell's goal tied it 3 minutes into the second half, and Farrell again about 13 minutes later to make it a 3-2 St. Joseph's lead. That's where we stand. 2:19 left to play. Long throw into the box. Farrell not there this time.
I think that's the first time he didn't get the head on the ball.
Yeah. Good defensive by St. Joseph's. Rob Ubhouse. Good tackle. Could have drawn the whistle, being a little bit overly aggressive, but did not. Played it pretty cleanly.
And that's where you see the smart teams run their thrower from the other half of the field.
Yep.
Knock off, I guess, about 15 seconds already. Great throw.
Here's Lenny Gonzalez with a chance. Looks for the left-footed volley, can't get it. Dickinson clears for East Brunswick. He's been terrific in the back tonight. Played into the center of the field. East Brunswick looks to build. Tumalo rips it forward. Oh.
I don't think so.
P.J. Farrell was not offsides that time,
Definitely
I don't believe.
not. He was 5 yards onside.
Minute 15 left to play. A break for East Brunswick. Can they capitalize? Thorny looks to play forward. St. Joseph's clears. That time they were offsides. No doubt about that one. 1 minute left to play. Dickinson will send a long ball. Not too long though. It's Holcomb for St. Joseph's on the counter. He's got Farrell all alone in the middle. Can he beat Dixon? They whistle it out of bounds. Or a foul on Dixon, one or the other. St. Joseph's in no hurry to get this kickoff.
I don't know if I'd have blown that one. That looked like that might have been an advantage.
St. Joseph's will play it. They watch the clock, 30 seconds to go. This is the longest they've taken to get off a free kick tonight. You wonder why. Ball played into the box. There's Farrell looking for one more, but Foreman is there. Official time kept on the field. We're watching the scoreboard clock, which says 15 seconds. East Brunswick needs a goal. They trail by 1. They have watched the tables get completely turned on them.
3 unanswered goals.
Thorny plays, and that's the ball game. St. Joseph's wins it by the score of 3-2. A tremendous emotional win for St. Joseph's, and at the same time equally disappointing for an East Brunswick club that led 2-0 early on. If there's a bad win, this is probably it for East Brunswick.
This is a tough one for them, right?
If there's a good win, it's probably there for St. Joseph's. They score 3 unanswered goals to erase a 2-0 deficit.
We saw 2 different games today, Gordy.
Really did. 2 different halves. 2 different halves, 2 different games. I'll recount the scoring for you. East Brunswick took the lead in the first half on Jeff Gagno's goal. He made a brilliant shot to beat John Rodriguez of St. Joseph's. It was an indirect free kick. Vic Tatara made the pass, and Gagno at 9:13 converted to give East Brunswick the early lead. Vic Tatara then made it 2-0, and it almost looked like the game was getting out of hand. 2 free kicks for East Brunswick, and they converted both. Tatara on the penalty kick at 29:29 to make it a 2-0 game. And just when it appeared that everything was going East Brunswick's way, Jim LeVar converted a direct kick for St. Joseph's at 33:44 of the first half. Then they broke for half, but St. Joseph's carried the momentum into the second half. P.J. Farrell on a set piece that was actually deflected into the East Brunswick goal 3 minutes into the second half. And then Farrell again. East Brunswick broke down defensively, and Farrell converted about 16 minutes into the second half for the deciding goal. Final score, St. Joseph's 3, East Brunswick 2, and you can see the players with exchanging pleasantries. Hopefully all their rivalries and bitterness left on the field. It appeared it was. These players play club ball against each other a lot. They're very familiar with each other.
I was watching them go through shaking hands like that. A lot of them hugging each other and stuff like that. That's good. You know, really hard playing, then it's over, so we're buddies again.
Leave it on the field.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Coach Lucosa, good working with you this evening.
My pleasure, Gordy.
Best of luck to your girls. Once again, the final score. St. Joseph's beats East Brunswick in a GMC Red Division matchup. Final score, 3-2. For head coach Lucosa and Frank Knoppenberger, the East Brunswick athletic director who stopped by early on, all the engineers here tonight, thank you. I'm Gordy Deal, and we'll see you next time on Channel 8.